Pregnancy. The moment you get pregnant, you feel the absolute pressure all over your body of, firstly, how you're going to provide for that child. Secondly, what are you going to do when you go on maternity leave? How are you going to cope on less money? Moneymum here, coming on to help you through that maternity period. It can be really overwhelming, and I've got 10 top tips that are going to help you when you go on maternity leave. Number 1, set a budget. Plan out your expenses and your income and make sure you're not overspending. What do I mean by that? Write everything down. That includes your going out, whether you're getting takeaways once a week. Are there any patterns? Are you buying a coffee every day? Could you take a packed lunch into work? How much is your car loan each month? Do you have gym memberships, TV memberships? How many mobile phones? Every small detail needs to go on that spreadsheet. And if you're unsure of that, go onto your bank statement, both yours and your partner's, and go through them and pick them apart. And I mean really pick them apart, so you can write down everything that you know you're going to spend each month and how much you've then got coming in and what will be left. You then need to flip that to what will be left after you go from earning that certain amount a month and you then go on maternity leave and you've got that maternity money. What's then going to be left a month? Then you'll know how to plan and budget and set out your maternity for those 9 months that you are off a lot better. Number 2, save as much money as you possibly can the minute you find out that you are pregnant. Even if that's only out of your current wages at the moment, you're putting £50 to £100 away. You are building up a float so that for when you are off work, you've got that extra bit of money to dip into. I started doing this the minute I found out I was pregnant with Brody, and I told myself in my mind, okay, I'm going to be on £650 a month soon instead of £1,500 a month. So what I'm going to do is pay what I have to pay out, and then that £400 surplus that I did have, I'm not going to have. So I'm immediately going to put away £200 a month and live off that £50 a week. Yes, it is tough, but it did give me that breathing when I was off, and the money got reduced more and more and more over that time period. Number 3, cutting back again. This does seem like all doom and gloom, but I promise you it will be worth it when you have that little baby in your arm. When I say cut back on non-essential items, that literally means things like takeaways. You still need to be able to enjoy yourself and have a nice time. After all, this could be your first baby and it could be your last time for you and your partner getting together. But maybe you might be having one every Friday night. Maybe even look at cutting that back to every other week. That could be like £40, £50 that you do save on that takeaway. Maybe you go out every single day and you buy the coffee. And even looking as far as looking at your car that you've got. You could have a car, and obviously you do need one, and it may be that you need to change your car because you've got a baby like us. We had a really small car and we needed extra room, that pram in the boot. But look at maybe just the space and how much the monthly payments are. We went for a car as big as we could possibly get for as low a payment as we could get. So it wasn't the dream car that I wanted, but it was a car that I could use and I could afford. And those things are really, really important, because those type of things do keep you up at night. Number 4, shop smarter. Look for deals, bulk buy, and plan your monthly and weekly food. What do I mean by that? When you're going around the supermarket, don't just think to yourself, okay, I need to get this, and this. Go through your cupboards before you go. Make a plan. It could be, for example, that you want to do a spaghetti bolognese. You might already have the mince, but you just need to get some carrots and some onions, and you've got the pasta. Writing an actual meal plan before you go shopping instead of just a list is so helpful. And when you are there, when you then do come back, try and bulk that up so you're saving money on gas and electric when you're cooking, and also you've got your meals prepared, so you're less likely to then go and get a takeaway or do things like get a pizza from the supermarket. In Asda's and Tesco's now, a lot of them do. You can make your own pizzas and they're absolutely stunning. I think it was £4. We had a huge one made and it felt like a takeaway but without that price tag. A few months ago we did get a takeaway pizza, and for 2 pizzas it was over £50. That's such a large amount of money. So there is ways around of still enjoying yourself, but putting away over that period of time is such a good idea. Like, you are going to need baby grows and things like that for your child, but look at planning that out. So if you've got loads of people have bought you newborn clothes, take them back to the shop, switch them, and then get like 3 to 6 months, 6 to 9 months, not 18 to 24 months. I did that with both my kids, and I didn't actually have to buy anything for my firstborn, Brody, for about 18 months, because at my baby shower, I got bought so many different bits and bobs that I changed them for other things. And that's so helpful, because you do need things for your baby, but not as much as you think you're going to need. Number 5, secondhand, make that your friend. Babies are in things for 5 minutes. They outgrow them so quickly. A great idea is to go on like Facebook selling market pages, NCT Nearly New, car boots, charity shops. All the toys I got for my kids when they were babies, I got them from car boot sales for literally pence, a few of them were. The same with a lot of their clothes. Babies, when you get them, you can buy things on Vinted, literally a couple of pounds, and they're like new. It's like your Moses baskets, your monitors. I bought a baby monitor from the Facebook selling market page for £10, and it had originally been exactly like the one I wanted to buy from the shop, which was about £65. So it's a huge saving. And don't be ashamed of getting secondhand, because it's also helpful for the environment. We're reusing things, we're passing them on, passing them down. And even if you're looking for something, another great tip is to write on the Facebook market pages. Don't just look at them as looking for an item. Actually put on there, is anybody selling any furniture for a baby? A lot of the time what you will find is people will come forward. I have a friend actually that put that on. She ended up, a lady contacted her and said, you can have it all for free, I just want to get rid of it. She gave her a wardrobe, a cot, and when she went there she gave her the Moses and some other bits. She was doing her a favour because she just wanted it all cleared out, and she literally didn't have to pay for the item. She wanted to help her out. So there is a lot of people out there that do have things and they just want to get rid of them. So don't be afraid to use the internet and ask the question. Number 6, explore working from home and part-time to supplement your income. What could you do for that? Now, a great idea is something I've just said about buying and selling, okay? What about if you looked at maybe a friend that's at work? They might have loads of things laying about, and they say things to you like, oh, I really want to sell it on Vinted or eBay or the Facebook selling marketplaces, but I've just not got time to do it. Setting up your own business is really difficult, because firstly, usually you have to pay for stock, where to go, how do you get started. With this, you've already got all the apps out there, they're free to use. If someone is giving you the stock, you can then say to your friend, well, I'll sell it all for you, and out of the profit, I'll take 30%, 50%, 20%, whatever it is you want to do. You make the own decisions. You've then got a little part-time business in a sideline whilst you're a stay-at-home mum, and it's a really good idea. Also, you could maybe look at the keeping in touch days. You can do up to 10 of those at work. You do always have to look at tax and national insurance if you go over that amount, and that is something you would need to look into, so do be careful when doing anything like that. Also, there's driving jobs possibly that you could get at the weekend. You know, online is so big now. Uber, loads of places are always looking for drivers. Places like Uber, every delivery drivers that are always looking for drivers. Even Royal Mail at Christmas time are looking for people. Supermarkets. So think outside the box. It could be that maybe you could pick up some part-time work and even cleaning jobs and things like that. Number 7, check for benefits, what you're entitled to. A great website is entitled2.com. That will tell you what you're entitled to. Make sure you are speaking to your workplace and finding out what you're entitled to when you're on maternity leave. So if you are on benefits, you could be entitled to additional childcare costs whilst you are on maternity leave. So please make sure you do look into all of these things. As I say, it is on an individual and case by case. Number 8, sell the old to replace it with new. I've done this with everything from sofas to anything you can think of. So yes, if this is your second baby, is there anything you've got in the loft or the cupboards that you can reuse for this child? If not, has your child started outgrowing things and maybe you're having a baby at a different season so that the clothes aren't going to fit? Sell that to replace the new. Do you have lots of clothes and things laying about? I think we all have so much stuff around our house that we don't use anymore. Sell that to make yourself some cash so that you can then buy the baby new things, whether that's bottles, mats, anything like that. Make a list as well of what you are looking for. So at your baby shower, you know, if people do wish to buy you gifts, you're not getting hundreds of, say, baby grows. It might be that your friend asks you, maybe someone can buy a changing mat, or maybe you could even ask for vouchers to put towards the cot or bedding that you are looking for. Number 9, start buying things like bibs and nappies and all these sort of things whilst you are still in work, and put them away. I used to do this, especially when I saw them on offer. I'd buy, say, like newborn, and then size 3, size 4, size 5. We would just get whatever was on offer and we'd put them away, because that would save us a lot of money over the time. The same things of like all the bum creams, like whether it's Sudocrem you're using, whatever make it is, I would always try and get it when it was on offer. And what we did actually was we used our Superdrug points and our Boots points to buy lots of the bits and bobs for the baby before they even arrived, so that I had my hospital bag completely set up. And Primark was one of my great friends for when I went into hospital. I just bought like an oversized nightie. Instead of buying a maternity nightie, which was quite a lot of money, I went into Primark and I think I bought like a size 16 night dress, which I think was about £5. I bought 2 of those and they were absolutely perfect. The same with the big knickers. When you just have the baby, you're going to need those, girls. Sorry to disappoint you, but you are. Again, go in there and get them for cheap, because you're in them for a few weeks, a few months, and then you can just bin them afterwards. You know, they're just things that you do need, and you know, anything like that you can pick up cheap is definitely worth it. Number 10, avoid accumulating debt when you're on maternity leave. It's so easy to get into that trap of, oh, I really want that pram for £1,000. I really want that beautiful cot for £1,000. However, you don't want to spend your maternity leave having extra pressure on your finances to pay that off. So try and clear all your debts if you can before you go on maternity leave. If you can't do that and you are in debt and you are really struggling and you don't know where to go, there's a fantastic charity out there called Step Change. They will then put you on a debt management plan and help you with that, and stop them knocking at your door and making you have those sleepless nights and feeling ill, because there is nothing worse than overthinking that. And speak to somebody as well. That's so important. If you are in debt and you're struggling, open up. There's also charities like Mind out there, which are fantastic if you're suffering with your mental health. I suffer with anxiety. There's no shame in reaching out. And when you're having a baby and going through all those hormones and those body changes, that can make anxiety and depression and the stress of debt even worse. So it's so important that you get a hold on that before that little one arrives, because your world does turn upside down. And I will say, for the better, they are absolutely amazing. But obviously there is hard parts as well as the most amazing. When you first hold your baby, it's just unbelievable, the love that you have. But obviously there is still so much stress, and they're up at night, and so making the debt problem and the money worries, you don't want those on top of everything else. I hope you enjoyed this video today. These are just some of the tips that I've got. I'm going to be sharing videos all the time from everything. I might be called Moneymum, but it's not just for mums. I share money tips on everything. So I'm so grateful if you've got to the end of this video. If you can like and subscribe, that would be amazing. I'm starting on my YouTube page, and as you all know, it's hard to get going. So any support is absolutely welcomed, and thank you for watching.